name's Chris. I'm the Rustic Caveman. This video has a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and some more of something else. Please watch to the end. I hope you find it entertaining. Thanks. Emphasize how we've used tires here to stabilize the bank. As you can see right there, it just looks like a big pile of tires, and down there it is, it's loose. But if you look up here, this entire bank has been stabilized and raised up all through there. It's hard to tell on camera, but there's almost a 6, or over on this side it's 8 foot. Up and through here is probably close to a 6-foot drop that this bank has been stabilized. Now what I'm going to do today is I'm going to take the tires that are sitting over here and over there. I'm going to line them up right through here and see if I can stabilize and bring this thing up another, probably about another 3 feet. So I will give you a front row view. Probably the best. This is probably the best I can do. I'm going to give you a front row view of me doing that, and then I'll be bringing in some more dirt. That pile of dirt right there is probably 2 2 or 3 feet high, and as I move those tires down and around and get them over here, I need to put a slight dip in that. The fence itself is going to go probably within about 3 feet of that wall that's there. Now that wall is going to come out. This entire barn has to come out eventually. Salvage what wood we can, but other than what you see in that wall and there's some over here in this stall, there's not much of salvageable. It's pretty well shot. This barn's 40 plus years old. It burnt down once. Dad put it back together with the scraps and parts that he had, and I don't think anybody has been in this barn other than me looking at it for the last, I would say probably 10 years, maybe 15. Anyway, today we're going to get this cleaned up because the dogs are getting to be a problem getting in other people's areas, which out in the country that used to be not a big deal, but it's getting to be. Anyway, so we got to get the fence finished to contain the dogs and kind of secure this area of the farmstead, and try to get this back up into production. Let's see what kind of damage I get done. on this side of a wire, so it doesn't go that way. So yeah, you're right. Out of here. You take this thing off. Okay. Here, you take this. I'll nail it in.
Thank you. Inside
Just
there.
hand it to me.
Yeah. How am I hitting my finger?
There you go. Hi, my name's Chris. I'm the Rustic Caveman. We're going to cover a little bit of the off-camera work that I've done this past week, and we'll start out with some of the work on the George Washington tree. Get you turned around here. Dad's piled up some of the leftovers. But I kind of did some carving on this side of the tree, and get some work done. Different perspective from last time. These white buckets are, and the green bucket there are pawpaw trees. Dad's trying to get started. So anyway, I'm going to try to work my way around this tree over here and show you the other side. Now all the leaves are off. This is the apple tree that we're going to prune up and try to save. And we're back to the main working side of this tree. The cutting that I got done at the end of the last video, went ahead and put a chain on and pulled them out, so they're going to be easier to work on over here. Still got some cleanup to do. Obviously there's several more hours of work on this thing. Anyway, a little here, a little there. Eventually we'll get it done. This is where we get a little bit out of sequence. For dirt that I got to put behind the barn, which I will show shortly, came from here. Of course, this project came from that project. So I got a lot of dirt left. Earlier I showed where some brush was done back in one of my update videos. Since then, about every other time I come and get a scoop of dirt, I shove everything back a few more feet. And it's kind of I work my way through it. So as I get dirt, I push this back. Get dirt, push it back. So forth and so on. Well, as you saw earlier, me and the wife put in a section of fence over there. It was getting rather dark, but we came over and finished this section here. So it's tied in at that post, which you may have seen me put in a really long time ago. Cut back some of this brush, and it comes in over here and ties into the existing dog fence. And this section right here, from here, goes around to the house over there, is the only section of the fence, of the original fence, that we're going to keep up. All the rest of this is going to be cleaned out. That little short tree line over there is also getting all cleaned out. Eventually I got to cut all these pines down. That should be fun. Well, quick update on the chickens. The little chickens, you just saw one jump over the little fence right there. Anyway, we had to put this little enclosure in here to keep the little chicks safe. And I can tell you right now that I can see the one of them is in the wrong spot. So let's see if we can spook it back in. This will be fun. Yeah. Why don't you watch the entertainment value here? I'll probably edit most of that out. Anyway, so we put up this little 18-inch high fence, keep the little itty bitties in. Most of the way it's working. We haven't lost any more. We lost two the first 2 days that they were out. They've grown quite a bit in the last week, but they're getting there. The other chickens are, they're still following me around. I'll toss them a little bit of feed. You can see what happens. Come on, inside. You jumped out, jump back in. Not on video is this area. This was completely covered up with brush. There was an old car topper, a truck topper in here. Two tongues for the double wide that was originally brought onto this property back when I was 8 years old, which is the main house. The power going to the cabin comes from a single outlet in the old barn. See the extension cord on the ground. I'm going to have to dig that out. It's actually on the other side of the wall right here. I'm going to have to dig that out, pull the wire through, and either put in a new outside weather outlet here, or, which is probably what I'll do, or dig it all the way back and redirect it over there. Outside outlet's probably the quickest and easiest. Anyway, so this is all cleaned up now. These sections that are laying on the ground are the next project I need to do before Wednesday. Anyway, there are portions of the back wall of the barn that I took down to be able to gain access to the barn itself. There's all kinds of stuff in there that just needs to be cleaned up, burned up, taken to recycling, whatever. There's a lot of crap in there. I got this section of wall left to take down. The ones with the little boards behind it, right through there, that's actually gymnasium flooring from a high school at in Jackson. I got a great deal on it. It's all hard maple. Most of this barn was built from that stuff. And as you can see, there's a tree laying on top. That cut didn't exactly go the way it was supposed to. It was supposed to, you can see down here, it's got the wedge cut out of it. And I had it set up to lean so it would land over here. It caught that 4x4 on its way down, twirled it, and put it on top of the barn. Which is no big deal, except I gotta get it done before I get it off there before I can take the rest of the barn down. And put in that section of fencing, which goes through here. As you can see, right about here is where that other video was shot. All the tires. You can see the bank that I've lifted up there. There's probably 3-4 feet additional bank right there. Really hard to tell on a GoPro because it flattens everything out. But this will eventually be the road that goes behind this section along over there. Future ideas is to put a culvert down there in the creek bed and use these tires to build kind of a raised bed going all the way across the swamp there to the other side. That'll be a few years away. Right back here is a view of another project that's going to be happening very soon. Probably while I'm editing this one, or uploading this one. Anyway, we'll call that a teaser.